And there's one question here that says, like, what's advice that we can offer to parents, just for like phone exposure? Like, how do we offer advice to kids or parents who feel it's normal to offer phones or go to the phone or hear, now it's hard to maintain. It's hard to keep kids away from screen time. But what's some advice that you could share about, you know, Coco Melon or just, you
Well,
know,
yeah, I mean, listen here. I mean, so there's, first off, here's the thing. I mean, screens as a default for children is very problematic, and it's such an easy. It's a lazy parenting tool. It's easy for us. I'm busy. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I can't deal with it anymore. I can't hear him for one more second. Here, and then, then they're programmed and they're in. And then certainly we are not in a position where we can trust kids programming today. I think that's become more than evidently true. Most of kids programming is so directed and driven by certain ideologies and philosophies that are not in conformity to it. So when one chooses to say, I'm going to put my child in front of a cartoon, then you must study and understand, what is that cartoon actually teaching. And if you're going to go English and you're going to go, just standard, then I would go before 2000s. Just stick in the cartoons in the 1970s, 80s. At least the basic wholesome values are preserved to some large degree in those spaces, especially in children's programming. But with that said, I indicated that parenting through phone is lazy parenting, right? And we just have to own it. As parents, we have to own it. And we all do it. None of us are innocent. I'm not going to say any of us are like, Mesha, there's some of us who are amazing, But like I said, my own kids wake up, it's candy, screen time. It's like, those are the concerns. So, and yeah, I'm not going to be I don't want to be the type of parent where I create the forbidden fruit for my child. So they never see a screen. And then the first time they see it, they're like, they become, a cokehead. Like, I don't want that to happen to my child, right? So I want to create a healthy balance. But what I've noticed, practically speaking, is when you put your child and you keep them very busy with meaningful activities, programming, right? Put them into sports camps, like for boys. These kids, they will sit there playing their hearts out for 6, 7, 8 hours a day, not thinking about screens, not thinking about anything, feeling the competition of being against other children and pushing themselves and seeing this kid score. I want to be better than that person. I want to do this. I want to train harder. I've seen this proactively happen in my life, where it's like, yeah, when the kid is sitting at home all day and all you're telling the kid is no, and go sit over there, go figure out something creative to do. And they're imprisoned within this idea of screens. Whereas if you give them direction and you set up a structure for them that's very engaging, children, if really left up to it, they'll play endlessly outdoors and enjoy it. And you show them how fun it is. But if you're sitting there literally on your phone like this, okay, go play outside. You tell me, Bilal, how is my child supposed to take that? I'm holding it. I'm like this. Huh? Like this. Go play outside. Stop talking. Go outside. And then what do they go do outside? They. So no, it's like we're not. There's hypocrisy, and we're not giving them good messaging. And so it's like we're talking about screens as if it's like a foregone conclusion, and it doesn't have to be. If we actually choose to not be, just so lazy about it. And I'm not here to like beat us up as parents. I understand we can get overwhelmed with our schedules and stuff, but this is our work. We have children. This is our work now. That's the other stuff is just a means to earn some stuff to actually do our full-time job, which is to raise and build a generation of children who are honorable, dignified, balanced, healthy, who are functional, who are not, don't develop addictive personalities. Yeah, I give my children screens, but I never give them screens unlimitedly. No, I guide it. This is what you're gonna watch, and they only watch this and watch it for a half an hour. You have, after you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, then you'll have, 1 hour of screen time to do this or that, something like that. That's how it works. And when you get children love structure, they love it. They fiend for it. Good guidance, structure. They want to know what to expect, right? They like predictability. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it's like, this summer, for example, some of the summer schedules have shifted because like the kids were in certain programs and this, and then so the other day, one of my children was like, "So is tomorrow morning the regular mama schedule?" Like because it's like schedule. So this is like here's the there's like a unique schedule for these weeks because there was this specific program that was. Now it's like, are we going back to regularly scheduled programming? Like the system is known. Like we're gonna wake up, you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that's the system. It's known, it's developed, and we try to make it balanced. I'm not talking as if we're the perfect parents. No, we're like the rest. Everyone, we're all in the same boat, trying to parent as meaningfully as possible. But these are just some of the basic lessons that I think we've practically learned of how you can turn screens into this element of consideration in the spectrum of activities and programs and work. And yeah, sometimes we're not on top of our game, and sometimes we're, as parents, even we want to be a little bit lazy and just can't just go watch but we have to, that's what I'm saying, it's on us, and we just have to be open and honest with each other, and we have to push and inspire each other as parents how to be creative. I think having a network is so much easier, of families that you can work with and parent alongside with. So we're going to agree as parents, we're going to have these summertime downtime. The parents should be coming together. Okay, one day, this, that, whatever, you pick up or you drop off, you take to the lake, you go here, you take to soccer, you whatever. Amu so-and-so is going to have an afternoon of basketball and soccer, and then give you a small halaqah, and then whatever. Maybe also Amu so-and-so is going to, we'll sit down and have a movie night on a particular night, but it's all harmonious and balanced. And I think that's, inshallah, how we can do our best attempt at not allowing our children to become addicts, relentlessly to this stuff. Allahu A'lam.
It's for me like it's concerning when the very first thing my eldest son says when he wakes up is, "Can I play Pokemon on your phone?" Right? And my wife told me that she said that when you put TV on in front of your kids, you're having someone else teach your kids. Mm-hmm. Right? And when it gets to the point of, hey, I'm busy, go do something else, they're going to find someone else to be busy with.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be something that you're going to be like, whoa, what happened? Right? It's so scary out there. Like, you don't want to deprive your children, but at the same time, like you said, creating that structure, creating that balance. And, I constantly tell kids, you are the toy. Like, you can buy your kids all the toys that they want, but they want to play with you. Yeah. But if you say, go find something else to do, it's not going to be, they're not going to come to you saying, "Baba, can you play with me?" When you're telling them, go, go, go. When they get older and teenagers, it's not like, "Baba, I have a problem at school. Can you talk to me about it?" It's, "I'm going to go talk to my friends who's always been there for me."
That's a huge issue. The question of attention is a big issue. And a lot of the problems that I interact with is that just children who are crying out for attention. So they go do some super rebellious thing. They do some super drastic thing, but they're looking for attention. They want to know that you see them, know them, understand them. That's why when my nieces and nephews and my own kids open up and say, like, "Can you put on this song?" I'm not going to become all sheikhly on them and like, "Astaghfirullah al-azim, don't you guys want to listen to Quran?" No, they want to listen to song X, okay? So now, as a father, as an uncle, what do you guys want to listen to? I'm with you. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to it together. Can we be open-minded? Sure. See, now Amu is open-minded. Baba's open-minded. He's not just going to like shut me down and shut me out and throw the haram card, right? No, I listen. I sat there listening word, lyric by lyric. And I'm very keen on listening to all the lyrics that I can, like, just when I hear a song, I'll be like sitting, somewhere in doctor's office, like, what is this guy talking about? So very often I can't get all the lyrics. So I like look up the lyrics. And then, so when I break it down and I'm invested, I can tell you the collective attitude towards the song just changed, because I kind of, you demystify this thing that they're just like obsessed with. But when you break it down into like consumable pieces, like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I guess what you're saying makes sense and whatever. Yeah, they still may like it because it's fun or the beat is nice. But at least I gave them something a little bit more meaty to consider at their level. Instead of just, they're obsessed with this song and then I shut it down and say no. And so what do you think they're going to do? They're going to take it into the black market. They're going to go underground and just listen to it there. We know that for a fact. They're not going to like, oh, yes, Father, you said it's haram. I will never listen to it again. They're not going to do that. That's not how kids work. They want investment. They want emotional investment. They want time. They want to know that you hear them. They want to be validated. They want to be listened to. And then you give them objective, good, invested, sincere guidance at their level where they are. You see them, you hear them, you feel them, you're aware of them. When kids get that, they're like, yeah, I can trust and listen. This is not just someone who's shut down my, enterprise of pleasure, but they really, they're with me in this project of life. So it's work. May Allah grant us tawfiq. And I'm not saying it's an easy job. It's a very hard job. And it's becoming more and more complicated to parent. And it's because it's not just the simple, like, tribal living. It's everything and anything. I'm telling you, these young kids who can barely put a sentence structure together are coming up to me to, Amu Sheikh, you don't know about this. Let me tell you about this new crazy thing that kids are doing. I'm like, huh? Yeah. And it's like, these kids know much more than we even know. May Allah protect us and protect them and guide us and guide them.